buddhirvyatitarishati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavasya shrutasya cha yada te moha kalilam buddhirvyatitarishati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavasya shrutasya cha tada te moha kalilam buddhirvyatitarishati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavasya shrutasya cha yada te moha shrutavasya shrutasya cha
यदा ते मोहकिलं बुद्धिर्व्यतितरिष्यति तदा गन्तासि निर्वेदं
shrutavasya shrutasya cha yada te buddhirvyatitarishati tada gantasi nirvedam shrotavasya shrutasya cha. Word to word translation. Yada, when. Te, your. Moha, of illusion. Kalilam, dense forest. Buddhiha, transcendental service with intelligence. Vyatiti rishyati, surpasses. Tada, at that time. Gantasi, you shall go. Nirvedam, callousness. Srotavasya, toward all that is to be heard. Shrutasya, all that is already heard. Cha, also. Translation. When your intelligence has passed out of the dense forest of delusion, you shall become indifferent to all that has been heard and all that is to be heard. Purport. By His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti-Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. There are many good examples in the lives of great devotees of the Lord, of who become indifferent to the rituals of the Vedas simply by devotional service to the Lord. When a person factually understands Krishna and his relationship with Krishna, he naturally becomes completely indifferent to the rituals of fruitative activities. Even though an experienced Brahmana, Sri Madhavendra Puri, a great devotee and acharya in the life of devotee says, Sandhya vadanam bhadram astu bhavato bho sana tobhyam namo bho devaha pitrascha tarpana vidu namaha shamaha shamayatam yatra kvapi nisadya yadava kulattamasya kamsa dvisaha smaram smaram agaha harmi tad alam manya kim anayena me. O my prayers 3 times a day, all glories to you. O bathing, I offer my obeisances unto you. O demigods, O forefathers, please excuse me for my inability to offer you my respects. Now, wherever I sit, I can remember the great descendant of Yadu dynasty, Krishna, the enemy of Kamsa. And thereby I can free myself from all the sinful bondage, I think this is sufficient for me. The Vedic rites and rituals are imperative of neophytes, comprehending all kinds of prayers 3 times a day. Taking a bath early in the morning, offering respects to the forefathers, etc. But when one is fully in Krishna consciousness and is engaged in his transcendental loving service, one becomes indifferent to all these regulative principles because he has already attained perfection. If one can reach the platform of understanding by service to the Supreme Lord Krishna, he has no longer to execute different types of penances and sacrifices as recommended in revealed scriptures. And similarly, if one has not understood that the purpose of the Vedas is to reach Krishna and simply engages in the rituals, etc., then he is uselessly wasting time in such engagements. Person in Krishna consciousness transcends the limit of Shabd Brahma or the range of Vedas and the Upanishads. Hare Krishna. So, once again, such a beautiful verse. Every verse is so nice. A lot of need to put more endeavors to understand it better. So, let's simplify our life with Krishna. Just start, digging it more deep by understanding it more word to word and practically. Srila Prabhupada has explained so nicely. Here, how can we simplify our life? First, we need to break it down, understanding of, here, Prabhupada has mentioned dense forest, Moha Kalilam. What is that dense forest? Moha Kalilam. It is the delusion. What is delusion? We all have our own delusion beside the static delusions of life. I may be deluded on some matters of life more. You may be deluded on some matters of life more. So we all have delusions. This way we are made. This material nature is crafted in that manner that we human beings get deluded very easily. So Prabhupada is explaining, and also in the translation, when your intelligence has passed out of dense forest of delusion, you shall become indifferent to all that has been heard and all that has to be heard. So, delusion. My delusion may be the bodily concept of life. We all have that bodily concept of life. I am Indian, I am American, I am a woman, I am a man. These are very common. You find every nook and corner. Everybody is deluded with this. Is it not? We identify ourselves with this body. The biggest and very common found delusion. Then karma kand. I will do this, I will get this. I will do this yagna, or I will do this purification. I will reach somewhere. This is also a sort of delusion, right? Then mental speculation. We speculate a lot. Maybe you just see a person once and you start just seeing them, thinking, manipulating your mind, and then you start different level of delusion by speculating at your mental level. Do we do that? It's a very common again, right? So these are the delusions, very common at every day we do, and we always get stuck into it, where we are not going out, rather we are digging more into the lower level of understanding of life. But here Krishna has mentioned. Why he has mentioned? Because he knows the dense forest of delusion is very difficult to surpass. Even in this room, if the electricity goes, then also it will become so dark, it will be difficult to walk. We will bang into this chair or the camera or the mic. So that is the very nature of darkness. So understand, if Krishna is pointing this out, means it's really, a matter of concern. So the dense forest of delusion which Krishna is warning all of us is these many ways can hunt you down and you will pass all your life. Some people get stuck into their, I am of this caste, I am of this creed, I am high superior, I am born in this family, I am this, I am that. So this delusion will destroy. Even he would have done more better things in his life, but this delusion can cause him more harm than benefit. Then again, here is mentioned that ritualistic ceremonies are, then the question arises, when we don't need them, then why they are being described in the Vedas? The ritualistic ceremonies, the karma kand, where you learn how to reach somewhere, how to be living happily after life. These are the concepts mentioned in our Vedas. Why? Because people have different choices, different likes and dislikes. But if somebody wants to understand the higher purpose of life, he wants to understand the ultimate goal of life, that is Krishna consciousness, then he has to leave all these things behind, even though they exist. And on top of it, these ritualistic things also make you to have a schedule, to come in a routine. People do Sandhya Vandan 3 times a day. It's not bad. They are getting taste. What is spirituality? Maybe at a bare minimum level where they just do Sandhya Vandan or just light up a diya. It's wonderful. At least they are doing something. They are tasting the some starting points of devotion or spiritualism. So these things have been designed where everybody can have a entry point. You can also enter it and can relish. Oh, I like it very much when I light the diya in the evening. I like it very much when I light the dhoop or agrabati to the Lordship in the morning, or when I offer a flower. So this way, these things are designed where at every step or at any level of mindset, you can do interaction with the Lordship and you can become a better version of yourself. So what is, then why, another question is, do they guarantee something? These karma kanda or ritualistic activities? Yes. They guarantee you the happiness. You will be happy. You will reach somewhere, higher realms of life after leaving the body, or you will get a siddhi within this lifetime. You will become a siddha, where you can become smaller than the smallest, lighter than the air. So these are the things are mentioned. So we can understand that it is used as a map to find treasure. These ritualistic ceremonies are used as a map to find treasure. But do we need that? We already have Krishna, our biggest treasure. We don't need that map, right? Krishna is here, the source of all happiness, pleasure. So we don't need, that also consolidate the point that we don't need a treasure hunt because we are having the biggest treasure with us, Lord Shri Krishna. Then Prabhupada mentions regarding Madhavendra Puri. So we all know he is a wonderful devotee of the Lord, and he has many pastimes, many beautiful pastimes with Madhavendra Puri, and one is with Gopal deities, Gopal and Shirchor Gopinath. He discovered the Gopal deities. One day he was doing parikrama of Govardhanji. Let's understand little about Madhavendra Puri ji's days and how he was doing his ritualistic thing for achieving the love of Lord, not for any realm or any other thing which is material. So he was doing his regular parikrama to Govardhanji, and there he, after completing, took some rest. When he was taking rest, he has not eaten anything from the morning. So a boy came and he said, Baba, you take this milk, because in our village we don't like anybody to be empty stomach. So please accept that. The boy was so beautiful And he was astonished to see the beauty of the child, but then he accepted. He said, I will come back to take my pot back. So Baba was waiting that he will come back and take it, but he never returned. And after a few days or a week, he came in the dream of Madhavendra Puri, the same boy, and he's Krishna, and he's guiding that I have been, some invasions were there long back, political things were there, I've been buried in some bushes, I'm feeling very hot, take me out of that and do my installation. So, of course, Madhavendra Puri, the great devotee, he followed the Lordship. He asked the help of villagers and they dig the area and they got the deities. Deities were the worship deities of Vajranabh. That's the story. So they do the installation on the top hill of Govardhanji. Later, they say they are in Srinathji. The deities are now the Srinathji in Rajasthan, in Nath Dwara, yes, Nath Dwara. The deities are there now. So this is the one part of understanding the Madhavendra Puri, where the Lord is coming in the dream, the Lord is coming and giving him the pot of milk. That is the level of devotion. Second story is Shri-Chor Gopinath. For the same Gopal deity, he was traveling to Orissa, where he wanted to bring some sandal wood and some pulp so that it will cool down the deities. So when he was traveling there in the temple, he saw near Ramuna, they were preparing some kheer, Amrit Keli. So the kheer was looking good in a very beautiful earthen pot. So he just given a thought, I will also offer this to my deities back in Govardhanji. But he then, felt bad that how could I think of that? It was not yet prasadam. It was a bhoga when it was going to offer to the Lordship. And I was thinking, he condemned himself and just went out of the temple. And at night, the Lord himself, what he did, the Lord has done a beautiful, we still relish that pastime, was hiding a pot of that Amrit Keli behind his clothes. Other things were gathered by the pujaris and taken as a prasadam, but one was hiding behind. It's so beautiful to relish even today. Just think of those days. So it happened actually. So then the deity came in the dream of the head pujari and he given the instruction, I have hiding one pot of Amrit Keli for my dear devotee, Madhavendra Puri. He is just outside the temple somewhere. So out of dream, he just came to his senses and he started shouting, the pujari, the head pujari started shouting, Madhavendra Puri, holding that Amrit Keli pot in his hand. And then he paid his obeisances to the Madhavendra Puri, and he got so full of tears that how could you just do anything for your devotees? Anything. It was not even required sometimes, you go out of the way to do something you love so much. Just cross your lines, borders to take care of the loved ones. Same feeling he was having, that how could you do that? You just done this, just hiding, you have done this, stolen this thing for me. So he felt so tearful, so happy, joyful. And that is where the name changed to Shri-Chor Gopinath. We still call the deities with the same name. So this is Madhavendra Puri. Sometimes people, Sahajiya Bhav, very, very fine line, where Madhavendra Puri is saying, I don't want to take bath much, I don't want to do this ritualistic ceremony of this Vandan, Sandhya Vandan morning. I don't want to do, because I am so happy chanting my rounds. And wherever I sit, I am just remembering of Krishna. So this is the level of Madhavendra Puri, where Krishna is giving him milk pot or kheer and all. But some of the people, they start leaving everything. That is a Sahajiya Bhav, and they say we have also up to the level of Madhavendra Puri. We don't want to fulfill all these things. So you have to see your level. Where are you standing? You can't compete with such a wonderful devotee where Lord himself is stealing all these things. Coming on to today's world, how to understand these things with today's world, where we are in a dense forest, where ritualistic ceremonies to be avoided, and where Shrotavasya Shrutasya cha, toward you become indifferent toward all that is being heard and that has to be heard. You become indifferent. How to understand that in today's world? The knowledge is perfect. Bhagavad-Gita is perfect. The knowledge is perfect. Prabhupada has given it so perfect explanation. But now it is our responsibility to draw understanding and, use it in our life. So what will be the today's scenario if you see all these three things? So let's take an example of today's world, where let's say a person named Mr. X. So Mr. X is been told by the society, by the family, that if you want a happy life, you should have a 6-digit salary. Earn that much, you will be happy, right? Then what else? You should have a high-end car. You should have to maintain your life with nice stock portfolio, where you having different stocks in your portfolio, and then you have to hit every KPI, that is something key potential indicators for the corporate slaves, where they hit the target and they are being rewarded with the bonuses or the promotion. So they have to hit the KPI to maintain their livelihoods at that level. This is the scenario in today's world, where you're working hard. And then what happened? Then they start doing it much that they don't even realize that they're losing themselves. So one day that Mr. X, what we are talking about, that he's told these many things. You have to do this, reach there, earn this much, have a stock, then you will be a happy person. He is not a happy person actually. He is not a happy person. When you ask him, Mr. X, are you happy? He will say, no, I feel trapped. I have got in a loop where I can't take an exit. To maintain my livelihood, I have to do this. I have to act in this way. I have to be a part of the parties where we do social gatherings and do networking. But I am on a race, a rat race. I am not happy. I am tired. I am trapped. I am stressed. Is it? Do we see these things in our life and around us? Very common in today's world. Everybody is trapped in a cycle, in a race, somewhere to reach somewhere, something to be achieved at this timeline. So this Mr. X, one day, by the mercy of Prabhupada, met a devotee. And a devotee preached him Bhagavad-Gita, called him to a temple or a base nearby. He started indulging in spiritual activities. He started chanting. He started reading Bhagavad-Gita. He started understanding the deep meaning of the shlokas. Now, there is two way to go about what you are learning. Leave everything. Leave your job, leave your responsibility, leave your children, and become something. That's an easy way. But what Krishna says to Arjuna, fight your battle. Same way, here, Mr. X has to fight his battle of life. So what he does, he's blessed and very intelligent person. He starts maintaining the balance. And it is a very practical thing for day-to-day life. We have to maintain the balance between our spiritual life and our material life. And here, the dense forest, Mohakalilam. What is that? All these things, what he was doing was a dense forest where he just keep on doing and there is no end to it. Right? And next, we are just trying to understand it with these three things. And the second one is ritualistic activities. What were the ritualistic activities for Mr. X? in his case? Maintaining his salary, hitting the KPI, right? To get favor of his boss and to get this target achieved. These are the KPIs, ritualistic things that a today's person will do to maintain his life. Then what happens? He wants to come out of it. So how to break the ritualistic ceremony? Taking shelter of Krishna. He is still doing the same job. He is still earning whatever he is earning, but he is not stressed because he has surrendered all his effort to Krishna. Now what is in his hands? He can do his work, he can do his job, but he is not running for the end results. Is he practical? Yes, he is practical. He is living his life. Only thing is that he has stopped worrying for the end result and achieving something on this timeline. This much is more than enough for today's mindset, today's struggle of salary, job and life. So this way we can understand even today's world, we can derive understanding from these shlokas. Now, beside that, what he has also started, he's chanting his round. He is reading Bhagavad-Gita. So his stress level is also going down. He is not anxious anymore. Right? He is not anxious. He is not stressed. What else? He is not in a part of any race to reach somewhere at this timeline. He has found his own pace. Right? What else? He is not overthinking. And beside that, he has also got the empathy for others. Earlier, whenever it's a very common in our behavior, in human behavior, when we are somewhere high, we don't look human as human. For us, they are just creature, they are just existing. You lose that empathy, love and care for the people who are below you. So now he is more caring, he is more empathetic. Why? Because Bhagavad-Gita has given him this learning that Krishna is residing in everybody's heart. What a nice change. So if Krishna is residing in everybody's heart, then that person should be respected with empathy, love and care. So this is the transition. And then he has closed all the dramas. He is not a part of any drama. Drama in the sense, what is been circulating around him in his office or in house as rumors. He is not taking any part in it. And now he has become immune to the noise. What he has become? Immune to the noise. Noise, outside noise and the inner noise. So Prabhupada is mentioning here, what he has become, Shrutavasya Shrutasya cha. He don't want to follow that has been heard, reach somewhere at this timeline, earn this much. And what is to be heard, become this, become that. So everything has become very peaceful for him after understanding this shloka. So this way you can relate every shloka to your problems. Why Krishna want this from us? My question is, why? What Krishna want? If I ask one question to myself also, to you also, what Krishna want from us? What we understand from our reading, hearing of Bhagavad-Gita? Who is Krishna? Krishna is a loving father. Krishna is a loving friend. Krishna is everything. So what Krishna want from us? What a loving father want from their children? Love. And children should be happy and peaceful, right? This only Krishna want from us. He don't want us to do all these big things, all big ritualistic things. He is not in want of any all these things. This is for our purification. To show how much I love Krishna, I do these many things. But from the side of Krishna, what a loving father needs, only love, respect, and want his children to be happy. That is the desire of Krishna for each and every one of us. He don't like us struggle. He don't like us seeing so unhappy. He hate us to be in stress. That is why he keeps sending some devotee as a messenger to knock your door and show you another beautiful world where Krishna is everywhere. The realization is most important. And in my understanding, more than knowledge, more than gyan, is your behavior. You can show off your gyan, you can show off your knowledge, but how you behave with people shows who you are, right? So Krishna wants all of us to become better behaved kids. Are we going on the path or no? We are very much deluded again, even though we are following the spiritual path, we are devotees, we are doing our sadhana, then also we are very much deluded. As I mentioned earlier, you have to find your own delusion, and then you will find your own way out. Only you can do it, or Guru and Krishna can do it for you. We as devotees can give you a pathway, but you have to walk yourself, right? So this delusion, very interesting, like how to get out of it. So leave everything that you have heard and to be heard. Then what to do? Surrender to Krishna. Everything will be very easy. Like in this example, the story we just heard and related ourselves, that life wants something or the other from you. It's a human nature. You can't just sit idle. If you're not physically doing anything, you will mentally start creating something. But when Krishna is watching you, when I have something to offer to Krishna, you become a better version of yourself, right? So the central understanding of everything is to become more grounded and more empathetic toward other living entities, including animals, humans alike. So are we crossing over the dense forest? We have to. Otherwise there's no way out. Once you are stuck in a great jungle, you will be gone forever. Your speculation will not help. Your overthinking, your overstress will not help, right? So the two stories I shared today, one is Madhavendra Puri's story, as mentioned by Srila Prabhupada, and another story, what we see, what we are. And in between that, you have to make a link, how you will reach from one side to another. And it's always been said that you need not to leave everything to become a devotee. All these things will help you to reach Krishna, serve the movement of Srila Prabhupada, and all the acharyas will bless you to go in a better position of your understanding. Rise above. I am this, I am that, I am this better human being, you are a lower human being, I am this big caste, you are a low caste. Rise above. For Krishna, everybody is same. He loves every individual and he gives chance also. How will you give a chance to someone you don't love? He give a chance everyone to reciprocate. So it's a beautiful message through Srila Prabhupada that we all got our chance. So become, a lighthouse for others as well. Give them a chance. Give them a chance to become somebody's lighthouse someday. But first you find your own solace by crossing over all these material pangs. See, lamentation and hankerings will always be there. We will always be lamenting, oh, something happened with me, somebody did this wrong to me, why destiny is so harsh with me, why this happened, why that happened. Lamentation will always be there, and hankering will always be there, until unless you surrender yourself to Krishna and you make peace with your situation. What is hankering? I want this, I want that. Even in spiritual world also, there are hankerings. And what it leads to? Unsatisfaction. You become more unsatisfied with your situation. Why am I not rising? Because you yourself stopping. Simplify yourself, not in your way that you look. Simplify yourself the way you deal with yourself and you deal with others. People are having so many masks, so many coverings. They are masked themselves so badly that they even forget who actually they are. Who are we? Jivere Swarup hoye Krishnere Nitya Das. This is the actual constitutional position of every living entity. We are the servant of Krishna. If you become the servant of Maya or our corporate slave, better to become Krishna's part and parcel or Krishna's servant than becoming a corporate slave. It's better to build your Namadhan. It's been mentioned, no? Golokera Premadhan, Harinam Sankirtan. So better increase your chanting. That is your bank balance of Namdhan. Don't be worried about your bank balance. It will grow automatically. Krishna will bless you with that intelligence that in short time you can earn more. But also balance yourself for your spiritual life. Now you're working to satisfy your family, your boss, your company. Start working for Haritoshanam. Haritoshanam is satisfying Krishna. And Krishna is the one who gets satisfied so easily. Patram pushpam phalam toyam. Who asks for all these things? Simplest of the simple. Right? We are hearing it in Bhagavad-Gita. Only these simple things. I don't want big bhogas. I don't want these many garlands. I don't need anything. If you could, of course, it's your love for me. But you cannot, one leaf of tulsi is enough, one flower is enough, one fruit and little water, enough. He is the least, demanding person, I guess, we have in our surrounding or in our family who says Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. So that is Hari Toshanam. And Hari is tusht when we are tusht, in a sense, when we are not lamenting much. Like I said, a father will be happy when a son is happy or a daughter is happy. It's natural. We forget our success when we see the failure of our children. That success means nothing. When a child is unsuccessful, where daughter is unsuccessful, or she is not happily married, or she is in pain, or your son is in pain, you forget your success. And you start saying, I don't need all these things. These are bullshit. So this is the material father or a mother. Think of eternal. Krishna is so much loving, so much caring for you that we as material mother and father can't even think of. He is saving us. This material world is padam, padam, vipadam. Every step you can fall down. He's even balancing. It's been mentioned in the scripture that even the balancing force in our body is also Krishna. Even the energy that digests our food is also Krishna. Everything is Krishna. So our loving Krishna want us to be happy, satisfied, not doing any wrong thing to other. Very basic understanding, my understanding, that if you want to be happy, but your happiness should not cost others peace. It should not be on others tears or pain. Then it is going to give you a real happiness. If you think, oh, my work is done, let them be crying, let them be in pain, it will come back to you many time, many-fold. So, being a devotee, let's be conscious. Let's be conscious of what we say, what we do, and what we create around ourselves. Achar, vichar, and prachar. You should have a good acharan. You should have a good vichar. Your thoughts should be good for everyone to help. How can I help this Mataji? How can I help this Prabhu? How can make him think better? Achar, vichar, and prachar. Saying nice thing to others. Propagate it. The world is propagating all negative things through multimedia, through your mobile. We all are addicted, mostly all of us. We mostly keep on scrolling even though it's not giving us anything, but the scroll is on. So much negativity, even though we know it's not going to help me, we are doing it. So let's do this kind of prachar where we're bringing right things to right people, where they can make it better place for others, those who are in utter delusion. We all are in delusion, but some are in utter delusion, those who don't want to take a right path for right beginning. So let's become that. Being a devotee, it's our responsibility to propagate in a right manner, in a healthy manner, where people get attracted the way you behave, the way you live, and they want it to be like you. They want it to be like us. I think that's the practical prachar, rather than just say something, okay, done for the day. No. Be a living example. Be a living example of taking right choices, being happy, dedicate your life for the service of Krishna and his devotees. Your way, following the regulative principles, but your way of doing things, but with happiness and that keenness of surrender. Small will be more than enough. Krishna is not much demanding. Less is more, less is more. We hear this, less is more. In Krishna's case, yes, less is more. You give him little, he will return you more. He is satisfied with little and he will give you more. Hare Krishna, I stop here. If you have any questions or comments, most welcome. Anything you want to speak over, most welcome. Yes, Mataji.
We are in this Krishna conscious movement, so we are following that doing the Harinam, we are chanting and everything. Is it necessary for us to do the rituals for the forefathers and?
It's a very heavy question, but it's a very common question. So the question of the Mataji is, we are chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra and we are doing our sadhana. Do we need to do our ritualistic ceremonies for our forefathers or pitras? If I will answer yes. Why? Because I am not at a platform of Madhavendra Puri. It is only where you can get rid of all these things when you are at that level where you always think of Krishna, you think nothing else. And Krishna is also reciprocating, guiding you. Here you dig and get me out. Now you take this Shir Patra and taste the Amrit Keli. No, I am not at that level. So my understanding is that and your understanding for yourself, you know yourself better. Being a devotee, we should always be very humble and meek. So my suggestion would be, do the minimum. Don't just give away. Don't do the big pomp and show, big, ceremonies or ritualistic things. The basic thing you maintain, which has been continued through generations, but a basic version, where you're not doing any aparadh, and also you're safeguarding yourself, because these things can take any turn. If it's been mentioned many places, even Pitras also Krishna. It comes in chapter 10th of Bhagavad-Gita. So I think we should continue, and this can be answered by yourself one day. When you will reach, or we will reach at the platform where we are 24/7 meditating, every minute we are meditating and thinking of Krishna. Before that, we all are at practicing stage on material platform. We have chosen spirituality, or spirituality has chosen us because of some, our punyas, swikriti, blessings of senior Vaishnavas and Guru, that we are on a path, but we have not reached the destination. It is for those who have reached the destination, and the destination is 100% surrender to Krishna. Only Krishna, nothing else. If that comes, then yes, you can also give up. If you are still into other things, then I think you should continue. Bare minimum of your ancestry suggest. That's a very practical, I guess. Thank you. Anything else?
All that has been heard and all that has
To be heard.
is to be heard.
Ha. Whatever good or whatever rituals we have heard, do this, do that. After achieving, do that. Just give up. Indifferent. I will do this pujan, archan, or this homa. I will become this. I will do this penance. I will get this siddhi. And after you get this siddhi, you have to hear something else to level up yourself. So the question you ask is about how to get rid of what is being heard and what is to be heard. It's just become indifferent, surrender yourself to Krishna, make peace with your situation. As I mentioned, Krishna never wants us to just give up everything and become Babaji. It's not for everyone. Not every one of us become Babaji. It's practical understanding. What we can do is practically involve ourselves in the service of the Lord and His devotees. Then you need not to hear, if you do this, you will get this. It's like a barter system. You will cross over, and it is a dense forest. It's never ending. You will reach one stage, because this is also at material platform where you want to achieve something to satisfy your senses. Senses will always be there, whether you reach a siddhi state or you are just a neophyte. So better is that you surrender to Krishna, keep on doing whatever you are doing, start evolving better version of yourself. I try to follow this, just to be, honest to yourself. Just be honest to yourself. That's the first and the last. It's a very beautiful thing. The beginning also is just to be honest to yourself, and ending also is just to be honest to yourself. Ask yourself what you really want in life. Write it down and simplify yourself. Be very clear. I want this. This is me. I can't be you. Right? So don't be ashamed of what you are. Just see it. We cover, I don't want to see it. You cover it and you keep covering yourself all your life, and at the end we are dead. Question yourself. See yourself where you can make changes. What need, which area of your life, what need help. And seek help from a good friend, from a devotee, from seniors. They will definitely help you to take out you from this Mohakalilam, we all struggle. It's not just any one of us. We all are struggling from our own Mohakalilam. And one day we will be out of it. Rest assured, if we continue our spiritual path of chanting, reading Bhagavad-Gita and associating devotees. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,